Say hi, Heather.
Hello.
Actually, I think I'm going to flip the camera so I can see if maybe people say something. Let's see here, guys. If you're watching, make sure to say something. Lily, can you come let Buster out? So we got... Welcome to the quarantine, everyone. So this is the first official adult class of the quarantine. I want to thank you guys for putting up with all this. Hey, Lily, can you do me a favor? Or can we be seen on the camera? Are we good? Can you see us? Okay. Is anybody saying anything yet? You see any words? People are saying anything? What are they saying?
They're saying, is watching.
Oh, okay.
Is watching.
Ooh, who's watching?
Vonna Dibble and Nick Litton.
Hey, what's up, Vaughn? What's up, Nick? Good to see you guys. So today we're going to go over the rear naked choke and maybe some ways to hit it. I know it's like a basic thing, but I want to talk about, like, everybody knows the rear naked choke, right? But I want to show you a couple ways to make it effective and make it work for you that will be helpful for you in future. I'm also going to show you how you can practice it for some of you who are a little newer. Maybe if you don't have a built-in partner like I do. But, fortunately I have the wife. I will say this, if you're going to use a partner, a friend or something, make sure to tell them about the tap. Heather, what do we do when something starts to hurt? They tap on you, right? Because what will happen is you'll be choking and you'll be thinking, man, what am I doing here? And they're like doing this to the floor and you're not paying any attention to that. And then all of a sudden, well, they go out, which is funny, but you don't want to hurt your friends, all right? So check it out. Let's talk about the back position to begin with. Heather, I'm going to have you face the windows, please. So when you're doing things just seated, don't cross your feet. For one, don't let them cross their feet because that's not very good. But notice this space here. That's important. I don't want to get up here and be real close because then my head is going to be right up against her head. And when I go to take the back position, it's going to feel hard to reach around the body to get the choke. So you always want this separation. And what that's going to translate to if we lay to our side is my hips will be above hers. My chest will almost be up above the top of the shoulder blades, like right where you would rub for a good massage. And your head level will be above. And that makes it real easy to go across for the choke. So make sure when you're practicing this, even from the seated position, that they're leaning back on you like they're in a recliner. And see how easy it is for me to grab the shoulder now? So that's a common mistake I see when people are trying to practice this. I can always bring my ear down to really secure this, okay? To really secure the position here. Her head will be encased by my shoulder and my ear. And we're going to turn now to show you what I'm talking about. Let's turn this way, please. So now that you understand that I'm not right up against her, it's not Buster. You guys, don't be afraid of the dog, okay? He won't bite. So now that we understand that my butt is not right up against her, then let's talk about the grips here when you're controlling the back. We call it the seatbelt grip, and the way to think about it is the top arm, one comes around the neck, like above, and it's going to stab into the chest, as the other one comes up and grabs, and then you bring your head in and you cuddle. Stab, grab, cuddle. If you remember that, you'll always get it right. Now this is what I was talking about as far as securing her head in place. As I come through, notice my shoulder, this one, here, is right up against her face. Can you see that? And then my ear is right up against her head here. So that's how I'm tight on her, and it's hard for her to start maneuvering to escape at this point. When I feel ready, and now she's going to bring her hands up to defend, usually. Yes, they'll be doing something like that. So we're always going to be trying to keep our hands on top, and all I really need to worry about for the most part is this hand right here. Can you lift your arm? See, I'm under that arm. That's the hand that makes it tough. Can you grab again now, please? Grab this arm. See, it's hard to go through that. Don't let me get your neck. Because she has a good C grip, her lat can get engaged here. This one, if this one's gone, this one is a lot tougher to use effectively. So it's that far arm that's really doing a lot of the work. So we're just going to come in, 1, 2, and once I get 2 hands on it, you can keep the other hand on me. Now I can shoot to the neck. All right? And I want the point of my elbow lined up with her chin. Okay, so I don't want to be like this, where it's my forearm on the neck. What that's going to do is crush the throat. We don't want to be throat crushy with this. So we get in here, we go through one. I like to grab the shoulder. Now I can release that arm, take my hand behind the head, and you'll see that a little hole is going to appear right here. Boom. The bunny rabbit looks up through the hole and grabs. Now, when I squeeze, look, it's not a push and a pull. See, look, she can suffer through that. It's a pinch with my elbows going together. My elbows will then press into her chest, and I will expand my chest with a nice deep breath. So the action, without Heather there, from this angle, my elbows are pinching together. I'm bringing them in against her and up as I expand my chest. This is a great view. What are you doing, Buster?
Scooting.
He's just trying to be in charge. All right, let's do this again. So let's look at this one more time. Give you guys a chance to play with it. I'm in here. Stop it, nerd. I'm in here. She's defending. 1, 2. Come up. The arms are in place. The bunny rabbit peeked through the hole and grabbed my arm. Notice that my heels are tight on her. I'm not just like dead. Boom, I'm biting in. She can feel that. It's hard to see that. I squeeze together, in. She's already tapping before I even was able to take my big breath. Okay? All right. So those are the basics on executing the rear naked choke itself. The problem I usually see is that people know how to do this part and squeeze, but it's like, okay, well now the person doesn't want to get choked. Stop it. They want to win, right? So this is why we don't conduct classes from home, folks. This is why online jiu-jitsu can't work. What was I saying? Oh, how to actually hit the move, how to execute it against someone who's trying to stop it. So now, we're here, and every time I do this, she fishes this out, boom. So another thing that I can do, because a lot of times they'll do this. See how her hand's inside? When I feel that, so that's different. So like, if it's just here, it's easy to get in, but what if she's holding it and I can't swim in? Okay? Boom, I can't get underneath her arm. So I can't do this for whatever reason. Now I'm going to point my thumb toward her shoulder, grab, and pull in. That wrist locks, right? Mm. She's going to pull her arm out. Boom. The minute she does, 1, 2, and we're in. So one more time. She gets those grips, swims underneath this to get it. I can't swim in. They're too strong. Be real strong for me. Don't push away, because that'll give me the space to come in. Mm. Like, just pin it to you. Yes. Okay? She comes here. I just come. Point the thumb toward her shoulder. And what's happening, relax please. What's happening is her pinky is being driven toward her shoulder. And if you ever try that, you can't touch your pinky to your shoulder. Try right now. It's real hard. All right? Lily's over there trying. If you don't know who Lily is, that's my daughter. Throw my thumb toward her shoulder. Grab, little gable grip. Pull hard in. I'm going to be gentle if you're working with someone who's never done this before. It's very painful. Just pull your arm out. They'll pull their arm out to defend. Then you grab the shoulder. Come in. All right? Now, let's say they get their fingers in here just a little bit. So 1, 2, yeah, get that in there. Just enough that you can't pull quite tight enough. I'll release the head. I'll come to the hand here. And I'll pull anyway. Okay? I'm pretty sure she meant tap. Now, here's the other thing you need to do is tell your friends to stomp their feet if they can't use their hands to tap. So what's happening, though, is her knuckles are being forced into her neck. Okay? So I'm trying to finish my choke here. They're holding real tight here. Hold this tight, tight, tight. Very good. And I can't quite, my squeeze isn't quite enough. Come to the knuckles, the far set. And now I pull everything in toward my chest. All right? So from the beginning, we started with this grip. 1, 2, shoulder, finish. Then we talked about if we can't, she gets a grip that's tight here. I can't get under for whatever reason. Thumb to the shoulder, pull, they release, finish. talked about if we're on the choke, they get both hands in. They're very strong. They're able to pull me down, release, come to their hand, everything. Look, it's no longer like a squeeze in. It's a squeeze to me. Like I'm trying to pull her knuckles into my chest. And then we're good there. So that's a good technique that you can do at home with a friend or whoever, if you can have someone. Now, let's say you're not fortunate enough, there's literally nobody. You can do it with a pillow. Obviously, you can't practice on everything. I recommend doing this 2 ways with the pillow. One, start with it this way, and then you just got your basic choke, right? And you're just working on your squeeze. And work on like being like a boa constrictor. So like you take a breath in, everything gets tighter. As you breathe out, it squeezes again. So it never releases. Look at my hands. They're relaxed. I'm not doing this. Your hands are add nothing to the choke. They should be 100% relaxed. That way you can wave to your adoring fans. All right? So that's one way to do it. Then practice turning it this way, and you'll get a little more resistance against the choke. And that'll help you, again, a little bit more with the squeeze. Another thing that like maybe if you're home and you have kids, I like to use my daughter's lion. Right? Boom, I can choke the lion. Look, I can even practice coming under the arm, going to the arm bar if I want to. Come back. Choke the lion. Okay? Choke the lion. Arm bar. Choke the lion. And guys, it could not be more appropriate. Why, Heather? Why is this the most appropriate application of the rear naked choke?
What am I supposed to say?
You don't know. The name of the rear naked choke is the Mate Leon. The lion killer. It could not be more appropriate. Guys, thank you for watching. Are there any questions up there? I'm going to come and look because my daughter's not sure what to look at, but I'm going to come see if there's questions. So Heather, stay in frame for me.
There isn't. There isn't.
Okay. I mean, she might know better than I do. What do we got here? Whoa, we're knocking the camera over. Okay, but I am going to say, Vaughn, Tom, good to see you. Nick, thank you. Rob, I'm going to wave at all you guys. Guys, if you're still watching, do me a favor. Make sure to say something. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.